guys, welcome back to Top Shelf History. So one of the things that we're actually going to be doing today that will be very cool is that we're going to create a new drink, a very special drink for my cousin Kelsey. Kelsey and her fiance Michael have been supporters of us and our show from the beginning. They think that it's awesome. They've been very passionate themselves about being able to try different types of drinks and mixology and all that stuff. So we are going to make a drink just for their wedding. We're going to call it the MK Special. I think it's going to be great. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to hop in our car. We're going to head over to the Total Wine to see what they have available. We're going to try to figure out some sort of ingredients that I think are going to work out well for their drink. We're going to get like a couple of bases, maybe a couple cordials, and try mixing them up, I should say. Excuse me, and seeing what's going to work out best. So we're going to go get that. We're going to come back here and then we're going to test it out. But we're going to bring you guys along with us. So let's hop in the car and let's go try to figure out how to make the MK Special. All right, guys, so we just got a Total Wine. I don't know how much you could actually hear of me in there. So what we ended up trying to do is that we wanted to go with a liquor that we knew that Kelsey really liked, and we wanted to go with a liquor that also matched with Michael's heritage. So we went with Pimm's. And the reason why we went with Pimm's is because it connects to Michael's English heritage, and I think it's going to play well with the elderflower liqueur that we chose for Kelsey. And why did I choose elderflower liqueur? Well, because Kelsey had voiced to me that she likes elderflower liqueur. So being the smart gentleman that I am, I actually listened to what she wanted. And so we're gonna now take the base of those two and then we're gonna try to mix it with a couple of different liquors back at home. Obviously, you guys know that I have a very, very large liquor cabinet. So we have plenty of experimenting to do. We're gonna go see what is gonna work best and then finalize the MK Special. So we're gonna head back to the house and start mixing. So let's go. All right, guys, welcome back to the bar. Now it is time for us to get into the mixology, and I cannot wait to try to test it out. So this obviously is not going in the drink. We can try it if we want. We're gonna go with shooters today. And so with our drink, we have our Pimm's, we have our Saint Germains. Now, mind you, I bought these at the store, but luckily I also had some already at home because this is gonna go in as part of the gift to them when we figure this out. So let us first get our wonderful female element. This is Kelsey's part of the drink. This is the Saint Germain. So elderflower liqueur, nice and syrupy. You smell the elderflower, and the thing with elderflower is that it's very potent. You know, when you smell it or I should say taste it in food, you normally know it's there, but there's a good amount of sweetness to this that mellows down all of that bitter and gives us a good base. So with this, we want to put in about this much, I think. So about a third. That way it gives us a good amount of room for us to play around with. So that's why I think we're going to start off with. Then we're going to go with Pimm's. This is Michael's element. So this is British inspired, just like Michael is. So we're gonna pour in a little bit of that, and that looks delicious already, because now we have a nice syrupy, flowery, subtly bitter little shot here. Now we want to find what is going to combine those to be a delicious, unique, fantastic shot. And for that, I have a couple of ideas, and one of those ideas was some yellow chartreuse. Okay, so I looked around for a couple minutes and my dad pointed out to me that it's right here. So I hid it behind my other delicious liquor, but there it is, the yellow chartreuse, which is equally fantastic. This is made in France by the Carthusian monks. If you don't know, it's so complex. The difference between green chartreuse and yellow chartreuse, if you guys haven't watched my videos before explaining this, is that the yellow chartreuse includes honey and saffron, which makes it, one, a little bit more expensive, and two, different in flavors. This one is a little bit more sweeter on the palate and not as herbal or smack you in the face complex. You know, the complexity of this particular liquor is a little more subtle thanks to the honey. So I think that this probably will be too complex for our flavor profile here, but we're gonna give it a try because after all, we're mixologists. This is what we do. Sometimes we make mistakes and sometimes we find great successes. We're gonna find out which one this one is. So we've got our drink. It looks beautiful. It looks like whiskey in all honesty. Now it's time to throw in just a little bit of yellow chartreuse. And you can already see in there, it's swirling about. I apologize, my glass is a little dirty here, but it's swirling about in there and you can see all the syrupiness. So there's a difference in viscosity, which gives you that kind of cool looking effect there. It's almost like a thumbprint as it swirls around. But we've got that nice and combined. I'm gonna stir it around a little bit, not a lot. And then we're just gonna shoot this back because this is a shooter. So let's see if this tastes good. It is fantastic. A little bit complex though. The chartreuse works in a subtle manner. So we could use this, but I think it's a little bit too potent. There's so many things going on when you're combining elderflower liqueur, chartreuse, which I think has 150 plus herbs in it, and Pimm's, which is also an aperitif. So there's so many flavors going on right now, and it's really hard to tell which one is dominant and which one is appropriate feeling, if that makes sense. It's blocking my brain a little bit, but not a bad start. I think we can up the game a little bit. So we're going to start off our drink again with some elderflower liqueur. We're going to go a third of the way up. This is a little bit more than last time, but that's okay. And then we're gonna stay with our base of Pimm's. These two go together. I'm telling you, they go together really, really well. A little syrupy. So the big thing here is that we're gonna want to have something that's higher in alcohol content to kind of mellow down the syrupiness. Now, one thing that came to my mind in that regard is maybe we do a little whiskey, because I feel that Michael is a man who likes whiskey. Mind you, Michael is a man who likes all alcohol, and we have bonded over that and the fact that we can just try all the different flavors of alcohol and experience them, and it's a wonderful moment to be able to share that with somebody. And for that, I appreciate you, Michael. And so we're gonna try to introduce some whiskey and see what works. So I have some Basil Hayden's. I really like Basil Hayden's. As far as whiskey goes, this is really tasty. And this is kind of an oddball type of thing here we're throwing in. It's gonna be a wild factor. Why? Because one, it's whiskey. And we're combining whiskey with two very flowery aperitif-like liquors, right? So there's gonna be some clashing here, but it may work out. The complexity of these two, along with their sweetness, may play well with the smoky booziness of this. And the booziness here, the higher alcohol percentage, may actually help balance out that syrupy flavor that you feel with these two. Make sure to drop your cap and have it spin across the floor. I'll have to pick that up and clean it. But now we're going to put in our Basil Hayden's. Pour that to the top. Don't want to do it too much because this is whiskey with those. So let's give this a try. It looks pretty. Looks like a nice shot of Jack. But this definitely isn't Jack. It smells like an identity crisis. Let's see how it tastes. I don't like it. Wow, that burns. Hold on a second. Sorry, my stomach is sitting there saying, what the hell? It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I'm like, the entirety of my chest is getting warm right now. There's so much alcohol going through it on that shot. Excuse me. That is interesting. I think, like I said, it smelled like an identity crisis, and it also tastes like an identity crisis. It doesn't really know what it is, because you have the smokiness and the booziness of the whiskey, but the flowery syrupiness of the Saint Germains and the Pims are like, what are we? We're an abomination in terms of creation. We were never meant to live. And yet they did. And it wasn't terrible, but it's breaking my brain a little bit. I don't think we're going to be able to stick with that one. So, all right. We've gone with smoky. We've gone with complex sweet. Now I think we've got to go with something high liquor that's going to cut through the booze. Now we have a couple of options there. We got gin and we got vodka. And there's probably a couple others, like there's pisco and all that. So I think let's try with the gin. Now, why am I going to go with the gin over the vodka here? For two reasons. One, this is Bombay Sapphire, which means it's English gin, which means that we get to combine it with the Pims for Michael, because Michael has English heritage, as I've probably said 60 times in this video already. So we're just gonna follow that theme. And I think with the higher alcohol percentage, because Bombay Sapphire is 47%, it's gonna cut through all of that sweet syrupiness between these two liquors. And that's gonna be important because it's just so heavy otherwise. So let's start off with our base. We're gonna actually start off with our gin here, because this is the differentiating factor. My gosh, eat before you do your mixology. All right, next we're gonna throw in the Saint Germains. Delicious, smells amazing. Gonna do that a third of the way up. Beautiful. You can see that little thumbprint action going on there. I love it, it's so cool. It's all the sugar that's in there, of course. And then last, we have the Pims, the delicious Pims. And we pour this to the top. Oh yes. Shot number 3 looks like a winner to me. What do you think? I know you think it looks great. We have a drink that has absolutely no whiskey in there that looks like whiskey. This may be our winner, but we have to try it. So let's give it a taste. Bottoms up. I love mixology. That, I think, is what we're going for. That was incredibly satisfying. There was no distracting factors in that drink, right? You have the smokiness here that just takes away so much from everything else. It's so confusing on your palate. You have so much complex flavors in here that your brain is still trying to rack around as to what is actually tasting. But here, with this, juniper flavor goes right through. Plays nice with a lot of bitter flavors. It's the reason why you see a lot of botanicals being combined with gin. With our two botanicals here, the Saint Germains and the Pims, this is, I think, the winner. So we have the MK Special. 1/3 Pims, 1/3 of a shot of Saint Germain, and 1/3 Bombay Sapphire Gin. I think we've got our winner. I think this is probably the most well-balanced of the 3 that we've tried, and probably the most well-balanced overall. I think this is our winner. So there we have it, guys. There is the MK Special, just special for you, my dear cousin Kelsey, and your wonderful fiance, soon-to-be husband Michael. I can't wait for you guys to try it. This is an awesome shot. I think you guys are going to really like it. One thing that's really cool for you guys that they told me is that after their first kiss, they're going to, or I should say their wedding kiss, after they do the kiss at the wedding, they're going to also do a shot, and their shot is going to be the MK Special. At least that's what they told me. So now I get to tell them what it's going to be, because they're like, all right, well, what alcohol should we go get? Like, what's going to be our shot? Now I think I finally figured it out, and that is our winner. So I can't wait to tell them. I'm going to go text them, and I'm going to package up their little gift. So stick around, because this is going to be pretty special for our wonderful cousins. All right, guys. So now we've figured out our drink, but the next thing I want to do for them is I wanted to create like a top shelf picnic experience, right? So we have included each of the elements that are necessary for their drink to be made. We have our gin, we have our Pims, and we have our Saint Germains. It is wonderful. Next, we're going to add a top shelf sticker, because honestly, you gotta wear your top shelf pride. Then, when you're sitting there and you're having your wonderful, little picnic, you got to have a bookmark because everybody wants to read when they're with their significant other, right? Exactly. Next, you're going to have a magnet because you want this on the car as you're driving to the park because you want people to know, hey, I'm a top shelfer. Top shelf history. Then we gave them an even bigger sticker to put on their laptop or something else. I don't know. It's a sticker. You can put it wherever you want. You can put it on a stop sign if you want to put it there. I guarantee you people are going to stop to look at this logo. Wishful thinking much? I think so. When you're going on a picnic, you're going to have to cook the food. Now, before you cook the food, you're going to want to make sure that you don't ruin your clothes, which means that you want an apron. And we have 2 styles of aprons specifically for our special people. And why would I give them an apron in the first place, you may be asking? Why? Because we have our recipe books. We have our top shelf drinks. We have our top shelf eats. When you're gonna make food, you wanna make sure that your clothes are clean, and these are excellent recipe books. So they're gonna wanna make these for their excellent top shelf picnics. So we're gonna put these on in there, all stylized and such, so that it looks nice for the camera. Then we're going to fashion which of these aprons are going to look best. We have our top shelf eats apron. It says top shelf history on there. It's got a fork and a knife. At first I thought it was a spoon. It's a knife. And it looks fantastic. This is obviously on our top shelf history food recipe book. This is our top shelf eats logo. I'm just going to slightly tighten this. I'll bring it around town. Tighten up the front. I think I already look fantastic. You know what I'm ready to do? I'm ready to eat a steak. Ready to eat a steak that I'm gonna make because we have a steak right in here. Chateaubriand. I opened this to the wrong one. But right there, beautiful, beautiful. They could make this and go on their picnic. It's whatever you want. And while they make it, you can look amazing in this. Or if Top Shelf Eats isn't what you are looking for, perhaps we go with a different design, which is the OG. This is only for our OGs, of course. The Top Shelf History bartender design. Because, you know, for somebody who loves mixology as much as I do, and as much as Michael does, and Kelsey, they are themselves aficionados of the alcoholic, fun, spirits, things. You want to make sure that you represent your brand well. And for that, you have to have the right apron. And I think this one with the OG logo, this isn't even the OG logo, this is the second logo, but still with this logo, it just looks fantastic. And what looks better than that is the OG logo cups, because you want to drink water. Maybe you want to have a little punch, maybe you make some jungle juice, maybe you just want a beer, or maybe you want to make an MK special in your custom shot glass. Who knows? All we know is that this is an epic, delicious, fantastic little picnic that you guys have made for yourselves. And oh my goodness, you have tremendous taste in barware. Oh, look at this. We're just gonna place these on in there because it's just fantastic. All right, let's move some things around so we stop clanging them around all the time. But there you have it. You know what? Let's throw in our apron. And it looks fantastic. And there you have it, the gift basket of all gift baskets for my dear, loving cousin Kelsey and your wonderful fiance Michael. Thank you guys so much for being part of this journey. Thank you so much for your support. This is just a little gesture that I can make in support of you guys, in support of your marriage. I wish you guys the best. I hope you guys have the happiest of days together, and I can't wait to continue to make delicious drinks with you guys on your wedding day. It's gonna be fantastic. This is a great gift.
All right, guys, welcome back. So we have 2 very special guests with me. This is my wonderful cousin, Kelsey. This is her beautiful now husband, Michael. And we were able to make the MK special for these guys. And how does it feel, one, to get your own drink? That's important. And 2, how was your wedding? And 3, on a scale of 1 to how did it go?
Well, the
drink.
The drink.
Yeah.
Well, to get the on drink in episode is amazing. It's very sweet. It was the best wedding gift we could have ever gotten. So
And that's outside of the wedding gift I got them.
this one topped that one.
Woo!
Yeah, for
Love
sure.
it.
It feels really awesome. The shot was very pleasant.
Yay.
Michael has better notes on the notes, but
Yes.
it was very nice.
All right, and now to the notes on the notes.
The notes on the notes. I mean, I can't put into words how flattered I am that we got our own. You know, as fans, I appreciate it a lot.
It's a pleasure to make.
Notes on the notes. I mean, it was beautiful. I appreciate how floral and citrusy it is. That's something that Kelsey and I both like. But like, I think the Pims at the end really add kind of a complicated note at the end of it. So it isn't just elderflower sweet and then gin. You get something on the back end to kind of think on, which I appreciate.
See,
Wow,
this is,
you nailed it. Woo! Good job.
and this is why I was so happy to make this. I love these 2 people so much. They are wonderful. They are fantastic supporters of the show, and it was so awesome to make a drink for you guys. This day has been amazing. I'm so happy that you're a part of my life. I'm so happy that you guys support my show. I am so happy that you 2 are married because there are almost no couples that are better than these 2 right here. So thank you guys for joining us along this journey. Congratulations to these 2. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Try out the MK special for yourselves, and let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for joining along on this ride. It's been fun. We're going to bring you guys along on a lot of other different adventures into the world of mixology and into the world of history. So please continue to join us. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we love you guys. And remember, history is better with a drink.